Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is a review for Growing Up Hip Hop New York Season 1, Episode 1. If you have not done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and then hit the notification button so it'll let you know when I have the videos. And then lastly, make sure to hit the like button. You know you like your favorite YouTubers' videos. It helps YouTube share our stuff with the world. So please remember to hit that like button. Even if you don't like this show, even if you don't like me, hit the like button anyway. Okay, y'all can follow you on my Instagram, J_Lees_Corner. The link is in the description box below, as well as other information. Go ahead and get that together. So the episode starts off with what? Ja Rule and his daughter. So we see Ja Rule's daughter, okay? Her name is Brittany. And Brittany, of course, is home from college. She's 23. She is back home with her parents after graduating from college, but she's working on her own hair care. She's into all kind of stuff. She's a typical millennial who has the world at her fingertips, okay? And let's hope she uses them wisely. So, they in the kitchen chit-chat, not too much. He bring up the Fire Festival or whatever to her. I guess they just, chit-chat in the way. And he brings up how it was the biggest, festival that never really happened. It was even though his name was the big name attached to it, he didn't have anything to do with it financially. And I didn't watch any of those documentaries about it or whatnot, but he does bring up how the business partner was someone handling the money and things that get crazy or whatever. We see the son comes in, little Jeffrey, who looks just like his daddy. He looked just like his father, okay? A younger version, but he looked just like his father. Anyway, he comes in, and I'm like, is he smoking ganja? I feel like he smokes a lot of ganja because he was looking a little puff past in the eyes or whatever. And he's in school, he's got a scholarship, which I really would love because, you've saved me some money. And so it wasn't much with them talking about that. Ja also brings up how they want to have a record label reunion. I'm not gonna name the record label because I don't want the word getting I don't want to get flat. Y'all know what record label was around with them. You know what I'm saying? The Ink is. I'm not saying the word because I ain't got time for it. But he brings up how they want to also have a reunion tour with all the old artists, him, Charlie Baltimore, Ashanti, or whatever, but some people have not been talking to recently. We then see Irv with his son, JJ. Now, JJ does look like a young Irv, but not at the same time. Anyway, so basically, they they up here living the lavish lifestyle of the rich and famous. And JJ just wants to do that as well. He don't really say what he wants to do. He just wants to live lavish like his daddy do. And also, I guess that's a thing to do. Okay, we also see that JJ got put in the slammer, the night before. So he spent a night in jail. And so he tell us things like, okay, so you got... I bailed you out, so what happened or whatnot. So he brings up how he was leaving a gas station. He was leaving the gas station and he made a turn. He did not signal when he turned and a cop pulled him over. He said, okay, so then what happened? So he said, well, and then, he smelled ganja. And I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. So is he because he first said, oh, you got pulled over because you were driving while black. He's like, well, yeah, but he got to the car and smelled some ganja. So, that was the real reason that he ended up getting arrested. He brings up how his friend, you smoking weed? You smoking weed, JJ? Like, no, it wasn't me, Dad. So my friend, it sounds like a whole lie, but he said his friend does smoke. His friend was in his car, and because his friend don't want his parents knowing that he smoked, the friend smokes with him and left some stuff in the car, which means the friend must have left some ganja in his car that the police found, and that's really why he was arrested. Not our Irv got his son. You cannot be that simple-minded to where you allow people to use you in a way that gets you in trouble and they don't. So, they were chit-chatting about that or whatever. Irv don't want his son getting caught up in the rapture of all that foolishness and, arresting the cops. He don't want none of that because we know it's a difficult road to get up out of there. He you 20 years old or whatever. You done got arrested one time. I'm like, it's just a little weird, whatever. But I get it. That can turn into a whole different thing because sometimes it's like messing with young black kids or whatever. And he so you gonna tell your sister or your mama? He nah, I'm gonna wait a little bit before we do that. But Earth said, we're gonna get you a lawyer, and we'll get it together. We then see JoJo. JoJo was Rev Run's son. You know what I'm saying? It's JoJo, and people don't. I think JoJo, and someone else said this in my comment section, that he is the more relatable Simmons kid. I think he's more relatable than any of them. Okay, from Angela and Vanessa's, from Ming and Aoki, you know what I'm saying, from whoever else is Simmons' children, of that sort. But he's back in New York. He was on the LA show with his sister. He's back in New York because he has a whole fiance. He has his own record label. It's called Whose House Entertainment. Whose house? Ron's house. I used to love Ron's house, the reality show. Anyway, so that's his new record label. I mean, people be hating on JoJo, but if you think about it, Russell Simmons created Def Jam the same way. You can't be afraid to step out on faith and try to create your own lane. He says how he has a couple artists here and there. I think it's fine as well. So anyway, we then see JoJo is meeting up with Designer. Okay, and yep, this is Designer. Designer is Flavor Flav's daughter. You know what I'm saying? Flavor Flav from Flavor of Love, from Wu-Tang Clan, from Public Enemy and all that good stuff. And he was on the Surreal Life back in the day. He's been around for a minute or whatever. This is his daughter. I mean, she looks clownish. I think that makeup looks very, very clownish. I think it's the makeup plus the blonde plus the neon pink dress. It's a lot for me. I think her wig looks great. I think her makeup looks flawless. It's just the coloring, which I'm looking like, girl, that's a lot of clown stuff, okay? But you know what I'm saying? She is managing her little brother, Quan, okay? So he's a rapper, okay? And he had a whole song that he made. He kind of came up with the concept from his dad's show, Flavor of Love. I'm like, oh, God. He like, it's about a girl who's lost her flavor or something like that. And they play it. It wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? It was a bop for today's standards. You know what I'm saying? Between the people who be coming out and it be some real BS, it's a little bit of a bop. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he wants his dad, Flavor Flav, to do some ad libs. And I'm like, okay, but apparently they can't get in contact with their daddy. And I say, whoa. Well, okay. So, George, like, why can't y'all just call him and get hooked up? So, Designer bring up how her and her dad don't really get along or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay. So she brings up how they got into it. They've gotten into it over the years. How, she got arrested at one point based on an altercation between them and whatnot. Now, I went back and read TMZ about the altercation. It happened in 2012, and it was something to where she was at the house and it was like some kind of family disputes and she did hit somebody. And so they said, supposedly in Nevada, if you hit a family member, you get taken into custody, you get arrested. She was like, her daddy did it and she was upset with that. But TMZ had like a quote from Flav saying like he wasn't the one who called the police. And not only that, it's just a law like in Vegas, if families fighting or whatever, whoever's fighting go to jail. I don't know. But I feel like that was 7 years ago. But we then see how she brings up how they just don't have a good relationship like at all. She brought up a time when she was like 12 and he like popped her in the mouth, but he hit like he like kind of popped her in the mouth with his hand, the front of his hand though, and he had a ring on. She said, so I punched him back. I said, 12? Girl, okay. So what I gathered from this situation was she isn't the right person to manage her brother. She wanted to call her daddy to get the feature that her client wants, who happens to be her brother. I feel like if I'm close to my sibling and they need something, I'm going to reach out to the person if they're who has it. Okay, it's not like y'all trying to borrow money. You just put them on the song. It's just if you, as his manager, is not willing to do things to get him further, you should not be his manager. Okay, let me be your manager. It shouldn't be you. It shouldn't be you. That's okay. Right. Anyway, we do see JoJo at home with his fiance, of course, as I forgot. His fiance's name I do not know, but she's pretty. So while they was at the house chilling, he gets a visit from a friend, okay? And his friend is who? YDB. Who was YDB? Who was YDB? Honey, that is young, dirty bastard, okay? The son of who? Old, dirty bastard, okay? So, they've been hanging out or whatever. JoJo brings up how him and YDB kind of got cool or whatnot when they were on some little tour for like the kids of famous people or whatever. It was some tour they did, but it's uncanny how much. Do I have a picture? Where is that? Where is he at? With his father? Look at this. He looked just like his daddy. Okay, but look, ain't uncanny how much he looks like his father, hair and all, okay? And he sounds just like him. If you were around, you know what I'm saying, for the ODB area, whatever, not area, but I mean, when he was, I'm like, oh my God, it sounds just like ODB. It was eerie. Because he sounds just like him and looks just, I'm like, oh, wow. Anyway, he also tours with the Wu-Tang Clan and performs his damn music. I'm looking like, whatever. So, YDB brings up how he has a few children or whatever. He says, because the show does say, well, how many kids you got, man? He's like, I got about 6. I say about, like, and not the fact that JoJo didn't say, what you mean by about? Because JoJo wants more than just the 2. He said, I got about 6 kids or whatever. Oh, with the same girl? He like, nah, I got, 2 baby mamas. I'm like, Lord, okay. And then, JoJo like, well, how do you juggle, the both of them or whatnot? Oh, you know what I'm saying? You go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? You jump through portals. I said, portals? You jumping through portals? I said, oh, God. I like YDB already. He's a hoot, okay? Made me cackle. Anyway, he brings up how 3 of his kids live in Atlanta. Okay. And then the other 3, is with him there or whatnot. Anyway, he brings up how his second baby mama, who he's dating now, and she, right there, this is the second baby mama, Angela, they are still together. And it turns out she is pregnant with the kids. I guess that's why he said he kind of got 6, because I think she's either pregnant with his 3rd or his 4th. I'm not sure. It was weird to me. He brings up how, I was in people's DMs or whatever. It was all this girl's DMs or whatever. And then, she responded, you know what I'm saying? And everything she responded, we met up or whatever. And I told her that night that we met, I'm going to put a baby in her. And now this time later, we got 3 kids. I said, all right. We see Ryan, who was Fat Joe's son. Where's Ryan? There's Ryan. And where's his father? There's his father. So Ryan, is 23 years old. He brings up how his dad is his best friend, but also his worst enemy. I said, well, that says a lot. Like, that's a lot to say that, it's like, so y'all love each other, but don't? Okay, you said so. So, he brings up how his dad kind of instilled in him to get his education. So he's like, I got my bachelor's degree in 2 years instead of 4. He brings up how his dad is his worst critic. Well, I mean, he's Fat Joe. He's Fat Joe, whatever. So, Ryan then says how he looks up to Kanye West and God, and that's it. I said, that's why Kanye West is confused these days to think he's a God, because y'all is putting him in the wrong. You can't be putting Kanye West and God, like neck and neck. Girl, don't do that. Anyway, Fat Joe comes there too. It's weird calling that man Fat Joe. Well, not weird, but it's like, I can't call him Joe. Nah, because Joe was the power singer. Anyway, he comes to hear his son's music or whatever. He plays 2 songs. One song playing as he walked in, and the other song he played for him. I like the second song. I feel like it's missing something. I don't know if I need to hear like on a good system, like with some bass in the voice or whatever. But it wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying? And say so. He's like, I think the song was called "Say Less." He like, I think the song could be big. Like the 2 songs he did, the second one he liked. I think it could be big. Like, what's your visual for the video? And Ryan said, well, I haven't thought about it. And Joe said something that made complete sense to me. He said, when I have a song, whatever, you know what I'm saying, when it's a hit, I can picture the video. That's true. But sometimes a video can make your song better because the visual is what a person sees, and it makes them like the song even more. So I'm like, that makes a whole lot of sense. He also brings up how his dad wants him to work in his shoe store again if his music career doesn't work. He said, but who wants to work in a shoe store? But Joe was like, you know what I'm saying, he can run, he loves sneakers, he can really run store in the company. I'm like, it's true, sometimes you gotta have that retail background or whatever. So we then meet Vina. Vina is Kid Capri's daughter. The DJ Kid Capri's daughter. And she's a singer, a songwriter, dancer, and everything else. She's a this, that, and the other. So, we then see, she says her aunt is a music manager. Her aunt is Medina. I haven't been seeing, wrong thing. I have been seeing Medina all over the place recently because she's hanging out with Wendy Williams. And I keep seeing her. So I'm thinking she's like a real person, meaning she's like a real person in the industry versus I'm in the industry. No, you're not for real. But I've seen her and heard of her with Wendy Williams, how she's getting to all these different parties or whatever. So I'm like, okay, she's an actual person in the industry who she's worked with a lot of people back in the day. Maybe some right now too, but it was some back in the day people, but I guess it is what it is. So they don't say nothing much about how they both single. They was at a sex store, okay, shopping, you know what I'm saying, for slongs and stuff or whatnot. I'm like, girl, and then but he was like, give me a Master P. I'm like, oh no, don't just leave that man be. I think he probably be trying to get with Pepper. Anyway, so yeah, that wasn't much of nothing. So we do see that Medina has Vina in a photo shoot later on, and her daddy, DJ Kid Capri, pops up. Like, what's going on here? And I can't show y'all the outfit she had on. Ass cheeks was all out or whatever. And he was not happy about it. He like, look, who the hell picked that outfit? And of course, it was Medina, whatever. He feel like, what I'm saying, you can be successful. Your voice can be the lasting impression. You don't always have to be a sex pot. You know what I'm saying? Let your voice speak for itself. And Medina said, well, what about Beyonce? She be being sexy. I'm like, Beyonce didn't do that until she was well into her career and she had proved herself as a great artist. I like the advice of him saying, like, let your voice be the vocal point. Don't be out here naked just to get attention because, your voice can always last. I said, well, I guess that's true. Now, I didn't hear no music from her yet, so I don't know, usually what she can do, but I guess I'm waiting to see. And he like, you don't need to be selling sex. He don't like his daughter looking real, nakedness-ish. He don't like it. And your dad. Anyway, he also said when she said, what about Beyonce? He said, well, she had already sold albums. Vina has sold wood. I say, not wood. That means she sold nada. Okay, not a thing. We see Irv's son, JJ, is turning 21. I'm like, I didn't really care that much. We just basically see how Irv and Ja Rule's family kind of hangs out together, how the kids are close because it was raised close. And, Irv's ex-wife, what's her name? I was going to call her Lady Beth, and I know her name is, I think it's this is Deb. So that is Irv's ex-wife. We also get to meet the oldest daughter, Angie. So this is Irv's oldest daughter, Angie. She wants to prove herself that she can hold her own without asking her people for her money or for favors. I say, girl, sometimes you have to use some favors. So we then see, JJ, Irv's son, gets his birthday gift. And Irv got that boy diamond earrings. Okay, diamond earrings and a Rolex. I'm like, and not Erica, what's her damn name? Angie is kind of like jealous just a little bit because she feels like I work my butt off and I don't ask them for nothing. And then JJ, just has a birthday, he gets diamond earrings. So it was a big diamond earrings and a whole new Rolex. Like, that's kind of crazy. I'm like, but you said you didn't want nothing from them, so girl, you can't, beggars can't be choosers. So, that was really it. We then see JoJo has the event for, the artist or whatever to come to his label. And you know what I'm saying? So at the party, we see JJ, who was Irv Gotti's son, talking to Jeffrey, who was Ja Rule's son, about the whole arrest thing or whatever. And even though I'm like, you should not be having private conversations in public if you don't want anyone to know, as he was talking, Jeffrey's sister, so Ja's daughter, overheard them talking, and all she heard was like, arrested or whatever. So she went and told Angie, your brother got arrested recently. I'm like, you a whole snitch? She's a whole snitch, y'all. But I guess it is what it is. So, she says, I'm going to go talk to my brother. Well, girl, go do that. So we then see Designer. Designer, who we know is Flavor Flav's daughter, and I feel like she looked like a plum fool, maybe. Maybe not a plum D fool, but I feel like she looked foolish. Look at this. And I don't like the wiggery of it all. It looks very much so like hocus pocus ish or whatever. I want her to, not. It's just, it's seen too much. Let me take it off of my damn channel. Get shut now. So I just didn't like. I didn't like the look at all. Or I didn't like the hair. It was so thick. It's just seemed too much. Anyway, we then see, because she over there twerking, checking her boobs or whatever, and we then see YDB like, oh, she real thick. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I can put a baby in her. I'm like, is that your go-to line? I want to put a baby in you. I'm like, can you afford these children? But we then see out the blue that JoJo introduced Young Dirty Bastard to design. I'm like, that's just too many rappers in this. It's whatever. And they seem to kind of be flirting. I mean, I think he's flirting. I think she is too. And we see his sister. So YDB has a sister, okay? And the sister's name is Taquan. Is it Taquanda? Maybe it's Taniqua. Taniqua. It's Taniqua. So, YDB sister Taniqua. I don't know if she's also ODB's, child as well, but I don't like her weave. I don't like it. I mean, I don't know why the side looks a little like it's, I just don't like it. And somebody convinced her to do this look, and I don't know why. I need people to stop convincing people to get these looks. If somebody commented on my channel like, you don't never like somebody's weave, they don't be good. I like the good weaves. I don't like the stupid weaves, okay? But I digress. So they kind of flirted back and forth or whatever, and then he asked for her number, like in case we got to talk, whatever. Let me get your number. And so they exchanged numbers or whatever. I'm like, Lord Jesus. But we then see Flavor Flav's other son. First of all, this son looks exactly like this is a cute version of Flav. He looks exactly like his daddy with no clock, no weird hair stuff, and no gold teeth. I was like, that is his son, a spitting image, okay? And he's also at the party. So he was talking to Quan, his brother, or whatever, and they never told us this one's name. I'm going to assume it's Junior. He gotta be a junior. He gotta be a junior. Anyway, he brings up how maybe I should or maybe we should reach out to Dad and talk to him, to get the song done. They call and Flav doesn't answer because he don't want to bother. Not right now. So we do see Angie go talk to JJ because she done found out, from Brittany that he got arrested. And he instantly, he instantly gets up and just walks away. Like this ain't the time to talk about it. And it's because Angie came in hot. She came in like, I'm gonna confront you. I don't know. Right? Like, let's not have that discussion here because you do seem pissed off. And I don't need these people knowing I got arrested. But girl, her energy was teamed too much for that venue and that location. You know what I'm saying? Or not that same thing. For that party. So we do see Designer then talking to Brittany. And oh Jesus. Hey, girl, I just look at this. Oh wow. Anyway, so they're having a conversation. Like they don't know each other, whatever. And Design like, so what's up with your dad and that fire festival? Like, what's up with that or whatever? You know what I'm saying? I knew a lot of people who bought tickets and didn't get a refund. And she was like, anyway, that ain't gonna do with me. I don't know why people keep asking me about stuff about my dad or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do people like that? And she was kind of insinuating that, you know what I'm saying, Brittany's dad wasn't nothing or whatever. And Brittany did not like it. And, on some real shit, my dad is not that type of person. And she goes on to, I can't believe you would say that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He gonna prove everybody wrong. Because Designer then asked her, what do you think, you know what I'm saying, he can come back from that? Because him and that guy was real, real close. She's like, did you think if my dad had anything to do with that, he would not be in jail? Now, that part I agree with, okay? They would definitely take a black man down, you know what I'm saying, versus a white man, okay? And so Brittany brings up how, my dad gave someone a chance to do something, and the dude he gave a chance to failed, okay? But he gonna prove y'all wrong and be back. And I don't really know you, and you don't know me, and it goes off with them, with her kind of bringing up how, you know what I'm saying, you don't know me, but you just kind of coming at me with all this crazy bullshit or whatever. And I said, I feel like, no, like Designer is going to be a version of Brianna. You know what I'm saying? Major Blast ex-husband, Kendu daughter. I can feel it in my bones a little bit. Not as bad. I hope she's not as bad, but still, she's that wild card that people are like, what the do we do with her? Run. Okay, run. And that was the whole episode. I did not mean for the music goddamn long. I talk too much sometimes. If you listen to this all the way through, use sunglasses. You gotta use sunglasses, purse, because that's my yellow purse right there, and fan in a sentence at the end of this. And y'all know the rule is always to say it in a way where no one knows what you're talking about. Okay, so we shall see. I'm done, y'all.